Good morning, and welcome back to this channel where I always show you everything about trucking. Thank you for tuning in, and today we are in Atlanta, Georgia, as we always are at the beginning of the week. And today we're gonna start off by connecting this tractor and this trailer right here. So as soon as you do your routine preventative maintenance, your oil change and everything, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is the fifth wheel. It's supposed to be greased up. Your brakes and braking system is supposed to be lubricated. And also, as you see here, that is the differential. And you're supposed to check, oh, right here. You're supposed to check the differential level, fluid level, every preventative maintenance occurrence, and that helps you kind of keep in touch, or rather know whether your differential is leaking. Usually the differential will leak from these cells right here, this right here, and whenever you have, I don't know whether you've ever seen trucks having caught fire on the highway. Whenever that differential doesn't have enough fluid in there, all those gears are grinding and they get really hot, and they could easily start a fire and the whole truck and trailer could start burning. So number one, you always got to have your fire extinguisher, and number two, you always got to make sure that those differentials, they have fluid in them, or rather the differential fluid. That helps. So the other thing that usually is important, I don't know if I've ever shown you guys right here, this is the kingpin right here. It has a notch around it, and where the fifth wheel latch always comes in and it hooks on. It's got to be lubricated, and this lubrication right here on the fifth wheel itself, or the fifth wheel sliding plate, comes and slides here, and that is very important because of steering. Yes, you have this tractor articulating with this trailer, and the only point of contact that they have is the fifth wheel, so you got to be lubricated. So whenever you get your maintenance done, whenever you get your oil change done, that is supposed to be lubricated so that you don't have any steering issues. And also another thing that you should get is the brakes should be adjusted. Whenever you're driving down the road, those brakes are getting worn out, and one of the ways that you can keep your brakes being efficient and stopping you, of course you need those brakes to stop you, is by always make sure that they're in right adjustment. And on these trucks right here, these are the brakes. I'll show you. This is a brake chamber. This back here, I'll show you. This right here is the slack adjuster, and you adjust it, and these are the brakes. These are the drums, and those are the brakes. So whenever you have a space between the brake liners and the drums, no bueno. You gotta adjust it so that they are touching, just like that. All right, brake drums, slack adjusters right here, and brake liners. You gotta always look out for those things to make sure that you have brakes in, or your truck has brakes. So we're gonna go get this load picked up. First of all, before we do that, let's connect this tractor and this trailer. What I'll do is I'll connect these airlines. This is the emergency airline, and this is the service line airline. How do you know? Well, you know because you have a red color on the emergency line, and the service line is blue. And this right here is the electrical for your electrical connection right there. All right, and that is gonna go here, or rather here. So the red line, obviously this is red, is gonna come here, and as I showed you in a couple of videos ago, you want to start it out at a 90-degree angle and then slide it down like that. Okay, start out at 90, and then you are gonna slide it down, and it's gonna go in there, and by the time it comes down to be perpendicular, it's gonna be the rubber grommets are gonna be together, and this will be holding the glad hand. So this is a glad hand, this is a glad hand, and on there I have other glad hands. So the glad hands kind of get stuck together like that. That's it. Very simple mechanism, and it works. Oh, I gotta show you the electrical connection right there, multi-pronged. All right, let's connect those trailer and tractor, and then we'll be back. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. So whenever you, like, if you look at this right here, this trailer and this tractor, if I did bring that tractor and this trailer, and by the time it gets here, I'm looking at that level of the fifth wheel, and it's a bit higher than the trailer. So what's gonna happen, all that grease will be wiped off, and it will be wiped off by this trailer, and it's gonna be left right here. So to make sure that that doesn't happen, what I'll do, this is my air suspension system right here, and it's inflatable and deflatable. So what I'll do, I'll go in there, hit a button, and all this is gonna get lowered. That way all that grease, as I back into the trailer, does not end up on the trailer. So let me show you that button right here. This is the suspension. So it's on auto right now, suspension. So what I'll do, as soon as I hit it, it's gonna start dumping air, and as you can see, it's going down. You see that? That airbag right there is going down, and that is how I ensure that that grease is not going to be left right here. So let's connect them, let's get going. So as you can see now, that trailer looks like it's a bit higher than where we are. So I'll just back up some more, and what's gonna happen is I'll get really close. As soon as I'm in right here, as soon as the fifth wheel is right inside this area right here, and all the grease is not just gonna get left out there, what I'll do, I'll hit that button, and we are gonna hit that we're gonna hit that point right there. All right, let's do it. All right, now let's look at how we did. I don't know if you can see, all my grease was not left over there. It's all in there. All right, what we're gonna do is now raise the landing gear. All right, and this landing gear, the best practice is, wait, you gotta have 3 systems. System number 1, you gotta start with your airlines and electrical. All right, so we're gonna start with that, and as I showed you guys, is glad hands, 90 degree. All right, and then you slide it in. This is gonna get latched in there. All right, and that's how you do it, just like that. All right, next one, 90 degrees, slide it in. That's it. All right, electrical connection, this notch should be on the top side. All right, slide it in, boom. This is called I think a catch, I forget the name of this, but this helps this electrical connection stay in there, stay put. Then second thing you want to check is whether the fifth wheel is connected right there, and I'm hoping you can see, I can't tell whether you can see it, but I'm hoping you can see it, that release is under the kingpin and is attached. All right, so that's point number 2. And the third thing to always check before you start moving is your landing gear all the way up? And in our case, it's not. So what we're gonna do, anti-clockwise, we're gonna wind it up, and as we wind it up, you can see the landing gear going up. So what we covered is, whenever you hook it up to a trailer, you gotta have 3 systems that you gotta check. You gotta check the electrical and the airlines, make sure that they're connected. Second point to check is the fifth wheel, make sure it's latched. One of the ways you can check from in there is by putting the truck in, any front gear really, and just kind of tend to move forward. And if it does not move, then you are sure with your tag that the trailer and the tractor are connected. So that's system number 2. The third thing to check whenever you're connecting to a trailer is your landing gear. You do not want to drive with your landing gear hanging down. The third thing to check is as soon as we connect the airlines, you're gonna push in the brakes, the trailer brakes, or rather the airlines. Right here, it says trailer, push it in, and then get out, go and listen whether you have any air leaks. We do not, we do not hear any air leaks right there. No air leaks right there. And then we come back down and listen whether we have any air leaks anywhere here. One of the things that could be having an air leak is maybe a blown out brake chamber, or if this tank is leaking. So the brake tank right here, you also listen to it whether it's leaking, the brake chambers, and also the air suspension on the trailer if you have any. There are a couple different variations of suspension, and with mine right here is an air suspension. So mine, you gotta listen to that as well. All right, so that sums it up. Since we don't hear any air leaks, we're just gonna wait for the air to build back up. We're gonna move this truck out of this spot, put in the car, and we're out of here. All right.